When most of us think about mobility, the idea of stretching isolated muscles and joints usually comes to mind. But in reality, we all know that movement rarely happens in isolation. That means the whole body moves together as one. And before movement happens, we need to shift our weight. Without shifting first, balance can be questionable and movement can feel a little bit stiff or awkward. In this video, I want to show a few standing drills that will help develop this ability. Whenever we bend forward or backwards, we want to shift our hips in the opposite direction so we can keep our weight evenly distributed on our feet. If you're bending forward or backwards and you're either feeling yourself tip onto the balls of your feet and your toes digging into the ground, or shifting back and feeling your heels getting really heavy and your toes rising up, then you're either not shifting your hips back or forward enough. So try and adjust and synchronize your whole body so that the bending happens at the same time as the shifting happens. And if you can synchronize those things, you shouldn't feel changes in the pressure of your feet. So when you're bending forward, you want to shift your hips backwards. Try and make it so that the bending forward and the shifting back happen in synchronization, so that this is your whole body moving as one, not segmenting parts. You should feel a bit of a shift of weight everywhere in your body, but because you're counterbalancing with the shifting, you shouldn't feel the need to step or the need to lean forward or backwards. Same with going backwards. You want to shift your hips forward to make space so that you can arch back and you're not just folding your back backwards. If you do this, you'll be able to get a lot further back and you'll create more of an arch in the front of your body. When it comes to side bending, we're following the same principle. We're gonna bend to one side and shift our weight in the opposite direction. So since we're doing a sideways movement, that means as you bend, as you shift your weight, you're gonna feel your weight come to bear a little bit more on the side that you're shifting your hips towards. And then you can come back to the center and shift in the opposite direction as you bend, trying to synchronize the bend with the shift. So as you're shifting, you're gonna feel your weight distribution change on your feet. You're changing from having 2 points of support, weight evenly distributed on both feet, to your weight shifting over away from the side that you're bending. And if you do that, then the leg that's on the side that you're bending towards should be fairly free. And if you wanna continue this movement and make it a little bigger, just a little extra piece that you can do is when you feel that trailing leg freeing up, you can reach it across your body and take a little step across your body to increase that side bend. And if you're getting your arms into it, you can reach across even more as you step there and really get into this almost half split squat position. Again, this is just optional. It's something I like to play with when I'm getting into this movement to really feel the full extent of that tension across the side line of the body. Rotation is a little bit different. So with forward flexion and backwards flexion and with lateral flexion, we're shifting our hips in the opposite direction that we're bending. But when we're rotating, we're not bending. We're creating an axis. So we want to shift our weight over one leg. So we're starting from our weight being on both legs, and now we're going to want to shift so that your weight is on one leg and the knee is stacked directly over the foot, the hip is stacked directly over the knee, and the head is stacked directly over the hip. So there's a straight line all the way down. You're creating your axis to rotate around. So the first thing you do is shift your weight and then you're rotating around. Bring yourself back to the center and try to synchronize those movements. As you shift your weight, you can begin your rotation, but you're really rotating to the full extent once you have all your weight on that leg. And you can try doing that a few times on each side. And if you want to play with this a little bit, like lateral flexion, you can just keep that rotation going, let your feet pivot a little bit, and you'll turn all the way around. If you're reaching with your arms, it's going to feel really good. and you're kind of getting into this, again, this half split squat position. And you can just slide your feet to rotate back around and continue on the other side. Again, this is just a little extra something to play with, so don't feel like you have to do this part of the movement. It's the rotation that's really important. For the next drill, we're going to explore these counterbalancing principles in a more free way. So we're going to take our movement into a single leg position, and we're just going to reach our foot, just kind of sliding it in the ground, forward, backwards, to the sides, diagonally, in every direction. So you can think about a clock and try and touch all the numbers with your foot. And you can reach further if you want, but reaching further is going to necessitate a little bit of a deeper flexion of the knee. So work with the depth that you're comfortable with and try to keep your weight on your heel for this exercise so that you're not popping up onto the balls of your feet. You have a few tools that you can use in order to keep yourself stable and to be able to reach further. One is bending a little bit lower on that supporting leg. That'll allow you to reach a little bit further. But another one is leaning your weight in the opposite direction. If you can lean your upper body back while you're reaching forward or in the opposite direction of wherever you're reaching your leg, that's going to help you reach a little bit further because you're counterbalancing. Also, reaching your arms out in that opposite direction is also going to help. So really use that arm reach and that torso reach in order to counterbalance when we're doing this leg reach exercise. This movement is like a practical version of a pistol squat, and it would help a lot with having the strength to step down from high surfaces, to walk down stairs, to be able to prevent a fall. Like if you're losing balance, you have that much depth that you're comfortable with and all these different leg reaching directions in order to stabilize yourself before you would actually need to fall. So it's very practical and it's very helpful, fundamental in my opinion. This final drill introduces some momentum. Instead of slow reaches with that free leg, we're gonna start swinging it and allowing the body weight to kind of transfer into that leg. And that motion is going to offer a need for the standing leg to stabilize. As we swing our leg forward and backwards, we might need to adjust, but try not to put that foot down. Think of hopping or shuffling your foot in order to catch your balance if you start to lose balance. And as your leg is at the precipice of that swing forward or backwards is the perfect time to just introduce a little hop to make an adjustment so that you can catch your balance without putting the other leg down. When we're looking at the side leg swing, so we're swinging the leg across our body, this is really going to challenge your lateral stabilization muscles. So these are really important muscles and tendons and ligaments that support our joints in times when our body is doing unpredictable movements. So this is a great exercise to prevent injuries and to prepare our intrinsic foot muscles and leg muscles to unexpected things that might come up. If you have trouble balancing with this one, you can lean your arms up against a wall and try swinging the leg with a little bit of support, so it's not so much of a balance exercise. These drills introduce a threefold principle: the ability to shift our weight, the ability to counterbalance, and the ability to transfer our weight and stabilize when momentum is introduced into the equation. These are simple skills, but they play a profound role in our ability to move gracefully and adapt to any environment that we might encounter. These are deceptively simple skills, but they play a fundamental role in our ability to move naturally and adapt to any environment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.